People First podcast is a show presented by the people with learning disabilities for our friends and a community. We will talk about issues that are important to us and interview interesting guests to find out new information. This is our way to make a difference. Hello, and we come to People First podcast. Today we decided we wanted to do an episode about autism awareness because we have been doing some work around autism in our office and went to share some of the information we have learned, and several of the members of our podcast team have prepared some things that they wanted to share about autism. We hope you join the show and that you can go away understanding autism a little better.
First, Graham wanted to give us a definition about autism. Explain to us what it is.
Autism spectrum disorders, ASD, is a developmental disability caused by differences in the brain. People with ASD also have often a problem with social communication and interaction, and restricted or repetitive behaviours or unfair. People with ASD may also have different ways of learning, moving, or paying attention. Some people with ASD have a non-different and a genetic problem condition. They are harded and not known. Scientists believe there are multiple causes of ASD that act together to change the most common ways people develop.
Thanks for Graham. Next, Tom wanted to speak to us about some of the symptoms of autism to help us understand how people with ASD might behave.
Autism spectrum disorder has many different signs and symptoms. Some people might have social and interaction problems and can be challenging for people with ASD. Signs can include avoiding or not keeping eye contact, finding it difficult to keep up with conversations, not realising people are disinterested in a subject they're talking about, or have little or few friends. People with ASD can also have restricted or repetitive behaviour, which can include repeating words or phrases over and over, focused on specific details of an object, get upset at minor changes, or follow certain routines. Other characteristics can include delayed language, movement or learning skills, unusual eating and sleeping habits, lack of fear or more fear than expected, or unusual mood or emotional reactions. It's important to note that not every person with ASD has these symptoms, and some might not have any of them at all.
Thank you, Tom. In our next part of our show, Luke is going to talk about some things what ASD, what people struggle with, ways what they can be supported with. Take it away, Luke.
Autism is a particular disability that many individuals are registered with. It's important that other people know how to deal with those registered with autistic needs and how to prevent him or her becoming isolated or lonely, especially as the said person reaches adulthood. The symptoms of autism can include those with autistic needs getting very upset and excited while going out into their public communities. For example, if they are taken to a certain establishment in town, which often gets crowded and hot, this can cause overwhelming and other issues to which they can't often control. It's always considered particularly important that people with autism get the support they need, and that places of work and other environments are made as accessible as possible, and that they are not too noisy, as this can make the person feel giddy and sometimes show signs of losing control mentally and physically. It's vital that places have the right amount of staff who are trained to help them live a safe and happy life, and to support them in places where they might feel uncomfortable. For example, we discussed with the comedian Billy Pierce, who comes to Bradford every Christmas to play in the pantomime, about the relaxed lunchtime performance and how it especially helps people with autism. He was very clear about it and informed us that this is nothing new. In his younger days of pantomime, in the towns he would play at, they had one to see what would happen, and this seemed to work.
A great Luke, do and other show Jane wanted to give us a list of some well-known famous people who have AST. This can help us understand that people with autism can achieve different things just like people who don't have it.
Other people have autism are Tim Burton, Susan Boyle, Anthony Hopkins, Dan Aykroyd, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Charles Darwin. There are many famous people with autism. It is really important to know that just because you have autism, it doesn't mean you can't be successful. There are autistic people who are some of the most famous and skilled people at what they do. This is my list of famous people who have autism.
Thanks, Jane. That's some of the work what we've been looking at in our office about autism awareness. We think really important be inclusive, making sure people with ASD are comfortable in places of work and places where they go, where they relax. People first, Keithley and Craven, we are working hard making sure we are welcoming and accessible at people with ASD. We hope by listening episodes we can help our community also become more autism aware. Thank you for listening this episode, everybody. We'll see you next episode.
Remember to like, share and follow the show on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can find us by searching for the People First podcast. Thanks for listening.